Hey friends, welcome back to Nelly Sisters YouTube channel. I'm Neha Sara Nelson, and in this session we are going to look about Paleolithic age. Before looking about and understanding Paleolithic age, we need to understand the basic informative thing and how they are categorized. So they are categorized as Stone Age as well as Bronze Age. So, this Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, and Neolithic age is categorized in the group of Stone Age. So, the Stone Age is classified into three areas: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. Now, in the case of Metal Age, it is the two ages are Bronze Age and the Iron Age. Okay. So, in the in the world history, we could understand these ages as Stone Age as well as Bronze Age. In Stone Age there were three ages, they were known as three periods, they were known as what? Yes, Paleolithic, Mesolithic and the Neolithic. And in the Metal Age it is known as there are two ages, they are Bronze Age and the Iron Age. Now today's session we are going to study about Paleolithic age. So the most important thing among all the ages, for an example, if I am taking Neolithic age, the basic necessary property of it, the basic and important portion about property of it was sharp and polished stone tools. Like that in the Paleolithic age, rough and huge stone tools, were used wherever it was rough. Okay, nothing not polished or they are not microliths. So there were hard, rough rocks which were used as stone tools. So the basic thing understanding in the case of Stone Age is that why do we call this one a Stone Age? So as we already told that the Stone Age is categorized as the three main parts, the three main ages like Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. So why do we give the name as Stone Age like that? It is because of the name is provided or presided by what? Yes, these are the ages where stones were used as tools. So as we knew that in the Bronze Age and Iron Age, stones was not able to be used as widely popular as the Mesolithic, Paleolithic and Neolithic and the Stone Age. That is why we categorize these three ages which comes under a group of Stone Age. Therefore, the stone tools were used in these periods. Therefore, it is known as Stone Age. Hope you understood it. So now in the case of Paleolithic age, rough and huge stone tools were used. Now the term paleo and lithis means what? Which is together read as Paleolithic, right? Paleolithic. So paleos means old and lithic means stone. Let's read it together. Old Stone Age. Okay, Paleolithic age. There two are Greek words. So Paleolithic age. Okay. Now there was some more specification for these tools in the case of their shape changing. Like that it is written as, it is done as utilization, fashioning as well as standardization. What are the things that is happening or that are having change or what change occurs in the stone tools concluding from these things? As well as if a stone tool is in the stage of utilization, that's another stage. If utilization of a stone tool means it is the purpose or if a purpose is there, as well the stone is looking like in its original thing itself, the rock is used without changing its shape for the purpose itself. Which means if I have a purpose or whatever it is, okay. So I am using a stone tool without changing its shapes, without changing its original. So it comes under utilization. Okay, we are just utilizing it without changing any shape of it with its natural and original face. Now in the case of fashioning, as well as fashioning we could understand that the same stone tool I am taking it, but I need it for this purpose and another purpose. But in the case of another purpose, I need some more developments and I have some more needs. So I need to change the shape of the stone tool. Therefore, changing the shape according to purpose. Okay, I got a job once and I used the stone tool by changing its shape, and the next time I got say another problem or any purpose like that itself, my needs, I just sharpen or whatever creations I could do for my purpose, then exchange according to the need of my purpose. So like this is what do you mean by fashioning. And the last one is standardization. Now, what do you mean by standardization? Standard in itself, we could understand some more about it. It means that if I am taking a rock which is used as a tool, whether its purpose is only this. So I am just changing its shape only for this purpose, where this, if this is a stone tool, I can, this is a stone tool, if then I got a shape for this, I gave a shape according to my purpose, but at last I won't change its shape. Okay, I am using it for a specific purpose, as well as for hearing as a specific purpose. Sometimes it could be utilized or fashioned, as well as we got it. But in the case of these purposes, for a specific purpose, that self it's that from that itself we could have an understanding that things were pre-planned, like things should be done in a good manner or in a correct order, a list in a manner. So then only specific needs comes with this every time. So okay, so this stone won't change its shape, which is used for a specific purpose. So this is the thing how we want to know about this type of stone changes, stone type of processes, or you could say the stages of stages of utilization. Okay, now we are going to look about core and flakes. So what do you mean by core and flakes? Simply I am going to explain you which is the basic and main idea, which is what the concept is very simple. If I am taking this as a rock, okay, this is a rock, so it broke up. Okay, the rock broke up. Therefore, the tiny pieces in this rock, look over there, these are the tiny pieces, and this big rock is separated through a big crash or something else, whatever it is, or through biological, physiological and chemical process itself. Okay, so it gets moved away because it is broken up. So the smaller piece, this is a stone, okay, the smaller face is known as flake and the bigger part is known as core. Okay, then once again I am going to show you. If this is a big rock, it gets, okay, I'm taking a certain toothpicks out of it. Okay, so the part of this one, okay. So when the rock is, okay, this is a whole rock, okay, the rock broke up and certain big rocks and small rocks. So right over here, these together are big rocks. Okay, these are big rocks, and over there occurred small rocks too, and there were big rocks and small rocks. So the small rocks, they used these type of small stone tools called. So these were also the small tiny pieces, or whenever you are taking the huge core rocks, okay, they all are rocks itself. Whether the rocks can be used for its certain purposes, like the stone tools, they are also stone tools right now by whatever it is. Okay, so they can be called as core tools. Okay, because they are big enough. Okay, they are big enough, and this is the biggest part of a rock is called as what? Core. And the smallest part of a flake is known as, stones are known as flake. So This is used for some specific purposes. This can be used, okay, like that. This is would be known as flake tools. So okay, I hope you understood that what is the difference between core and flakes, whether the smaller part in the broken up big rock is defined as flakes and the largest part in the broken piece of the rock is known as core. The tools made from the core are known as core tools, and the tools made by the flake or small stones are known as flake tools. So these are the basic idea about core and flake. So nothing more about core and flake over here. The next thing we are going to look is like at the end of the Paleolithic age. Okay. At the end of the Paleolithic age, not instead as where animal bones and animal bones were used also as the way of like stone tools. So like the way or the habitat or the character of stone tools, like bones and things were used as arrows and specific things for like stone tools. So usage of animal bones and stones were also can be seen, which is a specific change at the end of the Paleolithic age. Can be also seen in this one. Okay. So there are specific centers for the Paleolithic age. So they are Lascaux caves, Sarais caves and Cossack caves and La Garma cave in Spain, as well as Chalks cave in the France. So Chauvet, Lascaux and the La Garma caves and Cossack caves, this all comes under the centers or the main Paleolithic centers. So do you have ever seen these type of Paleolithic centers? So what all things can we understand and see from these centers? So they are in most of these things, the architectural impact or the architectural beauty of the people in the Paleolithic age, as well as the drawing, the art of the human sense in those period are shown. How artistic skills they got, what an artistic skills can be seen. That's the picture of these type of the pictures. As we know that pictures were drawn on the walls of these type of caves, okay, as well as they were lived in caves and open spaces that we will speak in the end of the video. So over here too, they also drawn pictures on the walls of these type of caves as well as the ceilings too. From this we could understand the architectural skills as well as the artistic skills of these peoples, the drawing skills of these peoples in those periods. The way of sculpture, the ivory sculpture or Venus figurine, Itzarias, Cadesia, and the carved figures. And the main thing is that carvings of bones, as well as we could understand that bones widely used or as widely stone tools were as wide in the Stone Age period. But at the end of the Paleolithic period, the bones of animals as well as the bones of animals were also used in the case as the stone tools at the end of the Paleolithic age. So the age subsequent to the Paleolithic age is the Mesolithic age. So we would study it whenever we are studying the Mesolithic age. So these are some of the basic necessary things that we can see in this case. So we could understand some more skilled people in those periods too, right? So now when we are looking a little conclusion, as well as before saying that the lateral thing like the flower things were used and the flower petals, as well as some more things like tree bark, fruit and grinding of plants, all made mixed together, and so many things like lateral powder of the plants, like that were mixed colors were used. From these things, mixed colors were used for drawing and painting pictures on the ceilings and the walls of every homes and like that. So now we are going to study and to see the last and main important part of the conclusion of all the Paleolithic age. It is they used rough stone tools, and during caves and open spaces, hunting and gathering were the means of livelihood over that period. it is very important that hunting was the means. But in the case of Neolithic age, a revolution happens. If you want to see the videos of Neolithic age, I will pin it on the description. Go and watch it. So as the Mesolithic age will be also given. So you should also complete the whole Stone Age as well as the Bronze Age too. So look over here, hunting and gathering were the means of livelihood. And the important another things is bands. Bands are not the thing that I already saw like a parade over thing. Like a school, like not like that. Bands over the Paleolithic periods were small groups of fewer than 100 members. The band members were born by blood relation. So the people with blood relation got together in bands. Okay, more than 100 people. As we know that the blood relation would go so on, right? As well as my friend, my cousin brothers. If I'm taking my cousin brother, if he got it. Or if I'm taking my mother and father, I got so many relationships from my father as well as my mother, and their sisters and brothers, their cousins, my cousins, and like that the relations goes on. So at least fewer than 100 members were there in a crew, or like a crew itself. It was known as bands in those periods. Now the very important next thing is men and women were men was engaged in hunting. Okay, as we saw that hunting and gathering was the means of livelihood, right? And women was engaged in gathering. Okay, now food was not stored. It is also very important that on those periods food was not stored. They would eat the way they would get. They won't store or share for next day. Like that, they are also a good example. As well as the progress in those periods was not very significant in the life of the Neolithic or Mesolithic, but the starting of these lives, the progress won't happen as fast as they would. But comparing to our life, don't even think about past. Past is already past. This motivation, okay. So live in the present, because whatever you are doing in the present is the result is in the future. The result of present is in the future. So live, enjoy, and whatever you need for your growth and your success and your dreams, do it in the present. Enjoy in the present. Be happy in the present. Do whatever you want for your growth and do whatever you need in the present. Then only the future will be better. Don't even be stressed or depressed about thinking your future. Okay, like over here, food was not stored for tomorrow or like for tomorrow or the next after day tomorrow. They used to eat them and enjoy them at the time they were hunted and gathered. So now the next one is nomadic life prevailed. Nomadic means like we would say nomadic people, like the main basic things are they won't have they were not settled life. A settled life is not seen in the case of nomadic people's life. So they were not settled around any places, whether they, which is because of that they don't have any commitments to the nature or the place right where they are living for a few period. Not for a period, just I hope, or just the way, not I am hoping, like sometimes they would speak or lie or stay there for a little period like that, then they would go as the way they see so many places again they would leave. So they were got a transmission like that going through and going through. Okay, so nomadic life were also great. So in the case of Paleolithic age, these points got a major role. These 7 points got a major role. So this is the features and well as the things that is in all the Paleolithic ages. So as well as the points I told you at last is specified in all the studies of the historians. Let's see in the next video with new concepts and new ideas. So till then, first almost subscribe right now, click the bell button. You will get all notifications of all the videos we are putting in the YouTube, and subscribe, share, like, as well as comment the ideas, whatever you need to share with us, and the things that more things you know about this one, as well as give the comments whenever it's good or not, and you could say new topics to speak about. Let's see in the next video. Till then, bye bye.